Duck lips!
Hi, my name is Jessica Borutski and I'm Supervising Director on the Loud House. Today I'm going to show you how to draw Leni loud.
Wanna see? Yeah! Me too!
All right, so with Leni, I usually start with a circle, and she's got this like classic, what they call in the industry, a bean head. Sometimes I put a line down to kind of see where I'm gonna place the eyes. The cool thing about this shape of head is if you learn how to do this, you can draw any of those, like a lot of the Loud House girls, because a lot of them, they start with this shape. Two eyelashes on each eye. They usually land around in the center of the eyeball. She's got eyebrows. She's got a little triangle nose. It's just sort of a triangle on like on an angle. And you just kind of sit that on your center line that you rough in. Leni usually, she's quite a talkative, loud character in a way.
Gosh, you guys!
She's got big, happy teeth. I always love drawing her smile. And then her ear comes in around here. It just kind of attaches at the bottom of her jaw. Her bangs come down across, and they're just a bunch of sort of sideways, elongated U's in a way. And then she's got two tufts of hair there. She's got kind of less space here, so I'm just gonna fill that in a bit. Maybe lower her bangs. So as you see, like I'm doing it really rough and just sort of figuring out where I want everything to go, because I can perfect it on another layer. All right, so now I'm gonna do her sunglasses.
Yay! Uh-oh. Guess we'll have to wait till after the solar eclipse.
They kind of sit on an angle on her head. So you can see the angle there. Two circles. Fill it in with a smaller circle. We'll tighten those up later. And then the arm of the sunglasses goes down behind her ear. And then we finish her hair. It comes down on the back. It's two straight lines. And then it's got a bit of like flare on the back.
Okay, we're done with the blow dry bar. Time to curl.
And then she's got sort of her body's just kind of like a big triangle, flattened at the top, and it kind of flares out. And she wears a dress with little frills on it. And then she's got cap sleeves. And I think for her, I'll do one arm sort of on her hip. So with the Loud House characters, with all of their limbs, it's really good to sort of always draw where they're coming out of the body a little bit tapered, and it kind of goes a bit wider. The reason we do that is it just makes the shapes feel more organic. I find if you draw an arm coming off of a body and it's the same width at the base where it connects to the body here to where it connects to the hand, just looks a little bit dead. So it's nice to give it that organic vibe of different sizes. So then I'm gonna draw her arm coming on this side. As you see, it's a little bit tapered on when it hits her body there.
At your service. Duck lips!
And then maybe she's just sort of doing a open hand. The Loud House hands are kind of abstract in a way. They look kind of like flower or something. Flower petals coming off the palm. All right, and then Leni sort of has these legs where they get a lot wider at her ankle, which is kind of cute. So we draw her legs sort of like big cylinders that get wider at the base, and I'm just gonna add her feet, sort of two flattened eggs or ovals. She's got actually longer legs than that. I think I might have drawn her body a little too long. So that's why I start rough, because I'm gonna definitely erase stuff. I do that all the time. So her knees are gonna be about there. I'm just gonna sort of draw in a shape and I'll figure that out later. Draw on her little toes here, and then she's got bows that are basically two circles. I know it's really rough right now, but I'll clean it up in a minute on another layer. But I'm just mapping out sort of where I see these shapes landing.
Wait, don't tell me. I want to be surprised.
And she's got earrings. She wears cute little earring hoops. She's got little frills on her cap sleeves. And then I'll start to flesh things out on this next level I'm gonna put on here. I like to make the pupils also an oval instead of just a round dot. the style of the show. Most of the characters are like that, and it kind of gives the eyes like a bit more expression rather than just an eye that looks like that. If you kind of give an eye a little bit of the pupil following the shape of the white area, it makes it more exciting and a bit more organic as well. I don't really like where this eyebrow's sitting, so I'll just make it a bit lower. This one too. I just don't like it when lines touch each other like that. It's called creating a tangent. You don't really like to do that in animation. In Loud House, we do a lot of like little black shadows underneath the head where they attach at the neck. Just gives it a bit more dimension. Hands are really tricky. I find like the best thing to do is start with a shape and then fill in the fingers after. For instance, if I'm drawing a hand with a finger up, you start with a basic circle, a shape, and then sort of fill in the fingers around the palm. It makes your hands look a lot more structured. So a little bit thinner at the top, a little bit wider at the hand, so it looks like it's like she's really stretching out her arm. So where I drew those circles, I'm just gonna make two little lines around that circle to sort of hint at where her knee is. And then a little bit of a curve on the back, on her calf, and then a straight line on one side of the leg. And that helps give the shape some nice dimension and makes the shape more interesting. And then I'm going to add in the details of her sandals. And last but not least, put some gleam on those shades. And that's how you draw Leni Loud from the Loud House.
Well, that covers everything. Au revoir, adios, auf Wiedersehen, and aloha.